Okay, hello everybody, and welcome to an FPS. I'm a little out of practice, bear with me. I'm Babble, and I'm here today with the wonderful, the fabulous, the very much so beloved, and extremely patient.
Hi everybody, my name's Whis. And I'm going to be playing a pumpkin today.
Very.
We're having some Holigays time.
Yes. Uh, we are turning back time just a little bit because I don't know how many people have actually been keeping up with Gibbs, but it's exploded. It's dead right now in canon. But we're not paying attention to that right now. That'll be tomorrow. um, for now, we're having soft holidays because why not? Why not? They deserve it.
They do deserve it. Now, this is taking place on Halloween, I believe. Is that
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah, Halloween morning.
No, so it lands before Trick or Treat Children Unleashed for people who are following along at home.
Yas. And the reason that it is taking place that morning before then is because Halloween is also a very special day for Korvits. Not just because, God, God of Halloween, but also
It's his birthday.
is his birthday. This is a very special man's birthday, and one asshole fox has decided it was going to cause one problem, and that one problem ended up turning into many. So
Oh, damn.
what is Korvits doing before he decides to go and try and find Gibbs and wherever it went off to?
Well, Korvits doesn't necessarily need to sleep anymore. So he may have been too excited to even like bother trying to, especially if Gibbs had already been out for a bit, like unconscious, asleep, kind of out, not home, kind of out. Um, so he was probably spending like most of the night before Halloween, prepping for all of the costumes and all that sort of jazz, making sure everybody who he had roped into the affair was on board. And then it's probably dawn by the time he comes back to the manor
And
because he's
Gibbs
just like that. He's like, all right, I think I'm prepped. Let's go see what Gibbs is up to.
and Gibbs is in nature nocturnal, both because of what it is and also just nah, fuck the sun. Fuck day. Fuck the days. Daytime sucks. Uh
It's very bright for it.
very much so. And I am going to. I believe I already rolled for how well it did, and it got a fucking nat 20 on it. So, like, those cakes, man, those cakes are fucking masterpieces, each and every single one of them. However, I also rolled for how many there were. So, the manor itself is fucking huge, but, like, Corvus probably automatically knows where it's been the past few fucking hours. But it
Yeah.
spent all night there.
Okay. Um. Cool. I'm gonna have him roll a stealth, not because he's trying to be sneaky, just because I want to see how how sneaky he just is by nature. And today it is because like there are also other people who will likely be sleeping in the manor at the moment. That's a 33. So like his feet don't even make noise as he's walking through the manor, and he can tell intrinsically where Gibbs is, and so he's going to be searching it out, and just making a beeline directly for the kitchen. He's like, why why has my fox been in the kitchen? Huh? Okay, let's see what it's up to.
It's not even that it's been in the kitchen. It goes to the kitchen periodically. It's just like it's been in there from the time that it got up to now. So like the fuck is it doing?
This is a long time. What
He's
kind of scene is he greeted with when he comes to the kitchen?
just cakes in his face everywhere. You see the cakes long before you see the tail of the fox.
That is quite a lot of cake. My gosh. I think he's gonna sort of pause at the door and then lean.
Gibbs, you been there?
What? Yeah?
The heck's going? did you rob like 4 bakeries? What the hell?
How fucking dare you? I made these.
You made these.
Yeah?
There's so many.
Well, I didn't know what flavor that you wanted.
There's a little pause and a blink at that.
Wait, you made these for me?
No, I made them for the ghost standing behind you.
He is going to turn around just to check. Because it's not completely out of the question of there being a ghost there. So he will look over his shoulder and check. Frown.
You're being sarcastic? Cool. Why did you make me enough cake to feed basically the whole town?
And he's gonna come over and just pick up the fox and give it a hug.
Gibbs is not going to resist, and its tail just kind of absent-mindedly wraps around him as if it's a scarf, even though he doesn't need one.
Nice. He's got one built in.
um, and it just looks at the cakes, and each one of them has a completely different design. Some of them look like different rolling hills. One does absolutely look like a pumpkin on top of a skeleton, but like it's just a pile of bones, more like.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah.
Then there's like a couple of different house themed ones that are very clearly haunted. Hanging trees, typical Halloween kind of things, and very much so in Halloween style, surprisingly, which looks like it's really hard to do, but it did it somehow.
Mm-mm.
This is where we use Toon logic and we
Korvits will
don't
be
question
just
it.
sort of looking around. Yes. He'll be looking around at all these different, absolutely spectacular looking cakes.
These are really, really impressive, Gibbs.
You should see when I try to make chocolate.
I can't wait to see it. But I think that this one is my favorite looking one with the pumpkin and the bones. Although they're all so good, are they all different flavors?
Yeah,
Wow,
like I
what?
said, I
They're all different. There's so
yeah.
many. I didn't even know there were that many different options of cake flavors. Gosh.
I mean, yeah, you can you can make fruit flavors. Like, it's not all just chocolate, vanilla, and mint, and fucking strawberry. There's other ones.
Well, I mean, I did know that. I did know that, but like, this is still a lot more individual flavors than I've ever seen in a cake medium. Like, I mean, I know you can get ice cream in about as many flavors as there are people in Anquil, but didn't know that applied to cake too. Wow.
That one
And you
is.
make all of them.
It points to one of the houses and says that one's the ice cream one.
What is an ice cream cake? Oh gosh. Okay. Fair enough. Wow. What am I gonna? I hope you're not expecting me to eat all of this cake by myself. That is such a lot of cake. I mean, I could. It just might take me a while.
I was about to say, I've seen you eat more
Goodness.
sweets than this.
I mean, yes, but I like a little bit of variety in texture and. Well, I mean, if they're all different, I suppose they're all different. But it would take me a while. This is a lot of cake.
I think one of these are jelly. I don't remember which one.
Oh, oh, so it's going to be a surprise for each one too. uh, wow,
I
wow.
it shrugs because it can't. It doesn't even know how many it made, and it may or may not have been in the middle of making another one. Considering like where you picked it up, there was another bowl of batter.
Oh dear. He's just absolutely marveling at the detail and the scope of this cake rampage.
So, what inspired this wave of confectionery, Gibbs?
Uh, is Halloween?
Yeah, that's it.
It looks at him and it just kind of blinks, like, like, you don't know. It doesn't say
He he
anything.
is he's grinning. He's smiling, but like he's trying to figure out because like he doesn't know that he's told Gibbs when his birthday is.
I don't think he
So he's just
has.
gone, okay. So he doesn't know that Gibbs knows. So he's just sitting there going, okay, yeah, it's Halloween. You made cake for Halloween. Odd flex, but I like it. Um,
Well, I mean, while I could eat all of this cake, I think cake is better shared, right? And if you've made it for Halloween, there is that big Halloween party. I think Lynn's going to that, taking her other half. Well, hey, we could do that. After I've had my fun this evening. Later in the evening, we could dance. I could figure out a way for that. I'm sure I could figure out a way to be smaller.
Uh, I'm not a big fan of the noise.
Ah, right. Uh,
The
well,
citizens here go fucking wild.
well, that's true. I mean, this is Halloween Town on Halloween. Like this is the Halloweeniest you could possibly get. And I've been talking to quite a few of the people around because a lot of them are people I haven't met before. You see, and some of them are enthusiastic as all hell. It is so encouraging. It's so good to see. And I am really looking forward to tonight. The kids are going to have such a swell time. But that's not until sundown. So if the parties and the noise and everything aren't really your speed, well, we've got all day, yeah?
Yeah. Uh,
Did you make any of these in flavors that you like?
it stays silent. You get the feeling like that's your answer.
Yes. How am I supposed to share with you if you don't make any that you even like?
I don't even like sweets, really.
Yeah, I know. Well, I suppose I've never had a savory cake, apart from maybe a potato cake, but that's not really a cake the same way as these are cake. You know what? I think it doesn't quite count. It's just a different thing with the same name. I think that's what it is. Um, because I mean, I would love to share all of this incredible work rather than keep it to myself. Unless you really wanted me to keep it to myself.
Gibbs is just
But
going
if
to
that's the
pick
case, you're
up.
gonna have to sit there and watch me eat cake all day.
Gibbs is just gonna sit, like, reach down towards one of the cakes. And then just. Hold on. Can it do this? I don't know what this would be. Because it's gonna be an asshole here for a minute. And it's gonna try and smack him in the face with a cake.
Okay, sure. Well, I. Excuse me. I am going to roll him a dex save at disadvantage because I think that's funny. Well, Korvits, I guess you're just like that. I'm going to do it the third time. That's better. That's a 15. So that's all the Gibbs has to beat.
Alright. What do you think this would be? Like in athletics or something?
Yeah, whatever gives it the best chance.
It would probably be athletics then. Come on, Gibbs, you can do it. No, that's a nat one.
No, screw that. You can have advantage. Forget that.
Okay, but if that doesn't work, it's gonna be really funny what actually happens.
Sure.
Never mind. Okay. The entirely opposite end of the spectrum. First, folks, it got a nat 1. I was given advantage by Whis. I got a nat 20. Congratulations, Gibbs. You have just slapped your future husband with one of the cakes.
Oh my goodness, that's so good. And I think he's still kind of halting Gibbs as well. So it's just this scoop up and then splat into the face.
Yeah.
Oh, incredible. Um
That's straight into my eye socket. Hey. Oh, you want a food fight, do you? You're the one who's covered in fur. You're gonna have a bath after this. Here.
he's gonna pull some cake off of his face and try and smush it into Gibbs' face. Oh.
I'm
Gravity
gonna
Christmas. What did you end up rolling?
for
For cake smushing.
I rolled athletics.
Alright. I'll
And
be fair, I'll do the same.
I am going to
Oh my
also do
God,
the same and roll it
Corvette.
dex save. It got a 0. It doesn't even see it coming. For the folks at home, it has a -4 in dex, so
Criminy. Oh my gosh. That is a 0 versus a 32. Oh, dang. Gibbs, you have cake and icing smushed straight into your fur. It probably takes you a few seconds to realize that that's happened.
Oh, absolutely. Like, it was just, like, in his arms, just blinking confusedly, and it took maybe a good solid minute after the fact for it to fully register what happened.
And why Korvits has such a shit-eating grin on his face.
And after the fact, it just narrows its eyes and says, "You fucker."
I can play these games just as well as you can.
Fuck you.
This is really good. Mm, this is so good. It's almost a shame it got smushed into my face.
I regret absolutely
This,
nothing.
oh no, please do not feel any regrets. This is absolutely delightful. Oh wow. This is fun. I don't think anyone's made this many cakes ever. For at least, especially not for me.
I don't know how old you are, so eh. And it shrugs. I can't count either, so I don't. And it just gestures at all the cakes. I didn't know when to stop.
Well, that's gosh. You've been doing this all night. I mean, I could tell you were in here, but I didn't know you were doing this. Ha. Well, let's quickly count them, and we'll see how close to one of the two options for my age is concerned. Okay, including this first one on my face and on your face. That's 23. Hey, that's not too bad actually. That's spot on. If you don't include the, you know, weird coma bullshit, then yeah, I probably would be 23. At least today. Yesterday would have been different.
Yeah, and it doesn't elaborate. It knows. It's Actually, hold on. Let me roll a thing real quick, cause that requires it having a brain cell. No. No, you don't remember what the words.
Oh dear. Oh dear. I think he's gonna put Gibbs back down where he picked it up from, and give a affectionate little head bonk.
This is really nice. Thank you, Gibbs.
There's an awkward shuffle, cause like affection, still not really all that used to it. But it does like kind of shove one of the other cakes his way towards him.
Oh, you really do want to sit there and watch me eat these? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna be a little bit more dignified than just taking a bite out of the side of the cake. And besides, if you put a whole lot of effort into these, there's probably one of those cool cross section things. Let me get a knife. I will get a knife. Hold on.
I'm gonna roll him an investigation to see how long it takes him to get a cake knife.
Wait, cross section
Yeah.
things? Gibbs not using physics to make cakes?
Oh dear, oh dear. I think it takes him not at all that long. What's your investigation? That's 9. Yeah, that's a 27. So he knows exactly where all the various different bits of cutlery and serving stuff is. So he's going to get a big cake knife and a plate and a comically too small cake fork. And yeah, he will go and to the indicated cake and he will cut it quite cleanly straight in half and then shove the side to see what sort of cake it is in the middle.
All right. That one is going to be a raspberry filling one.
Ooh.
So it's got a white
Oh.
chocolate, fucking actual cake, and then there's like some raspberry filling on the inside.
Oh wow! Look at that. It looks like it's bleeding. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, now you aren't going to want to eat any of this, are you?
No.
Okay, that's fine. I just want to make sure I'm not being a huge glutton over here anymore, so that normal. How?
I think I had better today, so I'm good. Ignore the
He's
fact that you're
nodding.
not supposed to eat the batter. Don't worry about it.
Oh dear. He is nodding while he is shoveling cake into his face. Just like hop, hop, hop. Very Homer Simpson like.
I am gonna roll another thing, because it had a thought. Good enough, buddy. Good enough. Alright. Suddenly, there's like a thud, and the cakes all just kind of jump. Because it put its hammer on the table, or on the counter, and now it's
Mhm.
digging through it. And that was a 2, so that was enough anyways. So, I'm gonna roll another thing. What was its... Not great, but you know what? We're gonna go for it. That's a 17, that's not bad.
Oh, it's not too shabby at all.
So, it pulls out a bone flute.
Ooh. Korvits is giving a very round-eyed blink blink and tilt of the head.
And it starts, playing it.
Aww. Aww. He's going to be eating a bit slower and trying to be quiet. Like, I'm not going to roll him a stealth because he's got a plus 20 something. Fine. He's just like very politely eating his like. He's still eating his cake with enthusiasm, but also like, I am very much paying attention to Gibbs right now. The
Good,
cake going into the face hole is literally just like a automatic background motion.
Good, because he's basically being serenaded. Because if he understands music language, and he also understands, Zoran music language, uh, he is being serenaded, specifically, essentially.
I'm gonna roll him an insight because while they've probably talked about quite a lot of things, not so much in that kind of detail. Like here is an exposition dump on my culture kind of thing. Well, thank goodness your modifier is fucking ridiculous, Korvits.
Lynn,
Thank fuck.
Lynn has probably told him about it, because it's told her.
Yeah, yeah. So he's sort of sitting there, he's politely listening and eating his cake, and then like it'll just kind of go chunk in his brain as he remembers what Lynn has told him about at some point, and then he's still eating it because he knows Gibbs wants him to, but he's like full body paying attention and kind of like, aw.
He is being full blown serenaded, and it's the most sappy bullshit. uh, Even without using the word love, it is extremely sappy bullshit.
Oh dear. When Gibbs has finished playing and sort of made it very clear that this song's over, he's just gonna sort of put the cake down and
That was absolutely fantastic. You're really good at that.
It's looking around because it's looking for a photo of Shocks, and if it finds one in the kitchen, it's just gonna kind of point at him. uh, and
Jocks. What does Jocks have to do with this? That came from you. That was all you.
I mean, I'm not really a bard, and well, I mean, not anymore. Uh, and it's been I don't know how long since I've even touched a flute. So he reminded me, re-taught
Oh,
me.
good
So
on him.
yeah.
That was incredible. And oh, come here, you.
And he's just gonna pick Gibbs up again and give another one a nice tight cuddle and another head bonk. And he's blushing. He's genuinely blushing.
It is going to look around, make sure that there's no one there. Does it know that Kara is always watching? Maybe. I don't think that is fully 100% registered yet. However, it also doesn't care. It's not like it can make it any difference anyways. Uh, and it is going to give him a kind of like Gibbs also doesn't have lips because metal fox and also just fox in general. But like most foxes do, it can give a kiss, as in like affection lick, and that's essentially what it does right in the middle of his face.
Ah. Korvits is going to give a kind of flustered sort of chuckle.
I hope you didn't get cake in your mouth.
If I
Oh, but I think you're the sweetest thing in this room, you know?
ew, don't be sappy with me.
After all of this, I think I'm entitled to be as sappy as a maple tree right now, okay? So you stuck with it.
No, and it's just kind of gonna go limp.
Yes!
Nah, it's throwing a fit now. It's pouting.
Yes!
No,
You have to suffer through my affection! Get
no,
loved, idiot!
ew.
He's just giving it more like, I don't have lips, so I can't really kiss. Slight headbutt of face.
It is not fighting this at all. It's just letting it happen. Don't worry about it. It totally doesn't like this at all.
No, not in the slightest.
It said with the most deadpan face because we all know. The fox could not be any gayer for this pumpkin man.
So do you literally just want to watch me eat cake all day, or do you want to go do something together
Well, what do you
before all the festivities get a little bit too enthusiastic?
what do you want to do?
I didn't think that far ahead before I made the suggestion, but if you give me a minute, I'm sure I can think of something. Unless you had an idea that you could bring up first.
Uh, you know that face that some people make when their mind has just gone completely blank, and it looks like a
Yes.
almost panicked, but also just like there's not a single thought behind those eyes.
Yes, I'm familiar with that one.
that is the face that Gibbs makes.
Oh, bless it. Oh, dear.
Okay, no, okay, that's fine. Well, I mean, if you don't like sweets, trick or treating isn't really started yet. It's dawn. No, some people are going to bed. Yeah, it's not started yet anyway, and you wouldn't want the fruits of your labor in the first place. Uh, we could just go for a walk. We could go to a cafe where they have food that you would actually like to eat. Uh, we could go out of town somewhere. I mean, I haven't done that yet. I have been meaning to, but uh, we could go for a day trip. We've got time as long as I'm back here in town before dark, because
Sure.
that's when I organize to meet the kids. So
Yeah. Uh, we can go out of town so that way you can do that.
cool. Now we just need a destination in mind. There are so many options.
What's
Which one could we go with?
which one do you want to go to most?
Hmm. Hmm.
And he's doing this really big thinky face, and Will just sort of pause and grab his comically too small cake fork and get another little bite of cake, shove that in his mouth, and then keep going back to his think thunk. Um, and
Well, what we could. I this may require two trips, but Happiest Place wasn't a thing when I left. It hadn't been built yet. So maybe we could go and see the Giznep capital and scope out the place.
Hmm. I don't know what a happist uh
Happiest Place. It's the Giznep capital. The jerk face who stole most of our territory lives up there.
oh. You think he's replaced the plunger by now?
Who knows? But we could go scope it out and go and find some way to drastically inconvenience the guy on a future visit and, see the sights, figure out what people are doing for Halloween in places that aren't here, maybe spread a little Halloween joy. It's always fun. I used to go on tours every now and then. Not every year. Sometimes we like to just stay in Halloween Town for Halloween. It was nice not to have to travel every year. The kingdom was big. Teleportation circles help, but the kingdom was big. So not having to travel every year was great. Um, but yeah, we could travel as long as we're back here by dark. Teleportation circles help with that, and I can draw my own. So if we get stuck somewhere stupid that doesn't have a circle, I can just make one. It'll be fine.
Uh you're able to tell time better than me, so
Yeah. Well, that's fine. It's less of a time and more of a looking at the sky, which is a lot easier outside of town because there is a lot less overcastness. Although Kara does do this thing, it's really funky. Sometimes when the sun's going down, they pull the clouds, so there's all this red light coming from the sun as it sets. Really can set a nice mood. It's great. So much atmosphere in that shit. I love it.
you're also like a fucking giant.
I have come to understand that. People these days are so small. But that's alright. I can go incognito if necessary. I'm not a full shapeshifter type thing, but I've got options, discrete options, and going from discrete option to boom, full size. That is a good way to frighten people, especially people who haven't met me before. Oh man, you see some of the people I used to scare, especially people who didn't see me that often. I mean, everybody knew who Pumpkin King was because, like, he was the king. It was a thing. But, there was only a handful of people who had actually met me. So it's like, right, sure, I am going to deliberately inconvenience the crap out of you, and boom, here I am. That was never unfunny. It was always good. It was always good. We should do that. We should probably put these somewhere where they're not going to get eaten or squished or go bad. Um,
I mean, I don't know if Jacques is awake, but, like, if you don't want to eat them all,
not all in one go, because we've got other things to spend our time on. That's all right. That's what hammer spaces are for. I will just periodically produce cake out of my hammer space. It'll be fine. Let me just grab these, and I will wholesale shovel them in, and we'll clean ourselves up a little bit. You've got quite a bit of cake in your fur. That was my doing. But yeah, we'll clean ourselves up. We'll get our traveling pants on, and then we'll go on a bit of an adventure. How's that sound?
that sounds fun. I am glad that you finished that one sentence, though. And it's not gonna elaborate on that.
I do talk a lot and have lots of run-in sentences. I'm sorry, I can't help it. I'm doing my best, Gibbs. I'll work. I'll work on it. Anyway,
No,
you clean face me, cake in scarf.
And he's
Yeah.
just gonna he's blushing and he's just gonna start shoving cakes into his scarf. He'll just pull it out a bit and just shove. Just pick them up from the plate and just drop them in.
as
Into the hammer space.
as it's sort of like shuffling to go and put different clothes on, maybe it'll remember to wash its face. Who knows? um, it is going to say to give more of a hint of what it meant by that, and do a joke before it leaves. I'm like, yeah, you put those cakes in the hole. And off it goes.
We'll save one of these and put it in your hole if you're not careful.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Yeah, that's why I'm here.
I'm so sorry. Gibbs is such a fucking asshole. uh, but yeah, no, it's gonna go change clothes and wash his face, cause not gonna make it roll for anything. But also, it does take it a minute because it thought that he was literal when it said travel pants. Like, you're supposed to have different pants for when you go out places.
Oh, bless it. I love it so much.
It is nothing if not a lovable dumbass.
That's true. That is very true. Oh my gosh. Not that Gibbs has ever seen Korvits wear anything different to what he normally does. Because he's a toon, and that's just what they do.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Korvits is probably, by the time Gibbs comes back, he is probably still eating cake. Like, he's shoveled most of it into his hammer space for later, but he is still sitting, he's just got a whole cake and that tiny cake fork and just casually eating this cake. I like to imagine it's one of the haunted house ones.
One of those is absolutely
It's like
just triple fudge.
Nice. He's probably like disassembling it, and he's probably just talking to himself about like he's pretending like he's a monster eating a whole house. Like he's some sort of Godzilla monster. Because he is that kind of child.
Would you interrupt that or no? No.
Oh, it's hitting a roof! Run for your lives! Oh no, we'll hide in the basement. No, you won't. Gosh, this is so good. Ow.
Okay, I'm gonna see if it'll do another thing. Okay, it would do that. Okay. Give me just a moment. Okay. Okay, Gibbs. That's a 13. That's not terrible. I might actually give you advantage on that since this is something that you're too used to doing. A little bit better. It
Every little bit
totally,
helps.
yeah. It totally did not just draw something really quickly to commemorate that.
Aww.
Him being just the biggest fucking child.
Oh, excellent. How observant are you, sir? How observant are you just generally? Okay, your passive is 21. If I roll, your perception is actually stupidly low for everything else that you do. And you get a natural 20. No, disadvantage. Okay, 11.
Well, that was a performance for it. I could roll it sleight of hand if you wanted me to, but that would.
Oh no, you roll it. You can roll it a stealth if you want. Okay, so that's a 22 on his perception, which is only marginally better than his passive. So I'm going to make it his passive at 21 because he's not paying attention to anything apart from being a child and devouring his chocolate house cake. Oh my god, Gibbs.
It would have been the same either way. It's got a fucking. Its dex is so bad. Its dex is a 2.
Oh Christ. All right. So he's probably been doing this, and then he shoves a mouthful of cake in his mouth, and then stops, and then just pivots on the stool he's sitting on to look at Gibbs.
And Gibbs is just standing in the
Ow.
doorway staring, like looking down
Hi.
at. Yeah.
There you are. There you
Hi.
are.
Hi, I'm definitely not drawing you being. Shut up.
What? What do you mean drawing?
Don't worry
No,
about it.
No.
Don't worry
No.
about it. And it's picking up the canvas that it had
No.
and holding it over its head as it starts walking away.
Gibbs.
Don't worry about it.
Give it to me.
Don't worry about it.
I am choosing to worry about it.
No.
What did you draw?
Nothing.
Where?
It's running. It's running away.
He's chasing it.
Roll a. Give me just a moment. Where is it? Okay. Yeah, make a strength check.
Okay. Sure. A check or a save? It actually doesn't matter. They're the same number.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Oh dear. This is not one of those things that you have absolutely absurd numbers on. It is one of your normal McNormal pants numbers. That is a 10. That is a 10. A whole ass 10.
Okay, that does not beat its DC. And its DC is so incredibly low, man. If you'd have had one more, you would have beat it. Cause its DC for this is an 11. So it just cast
Incredible.
immovable objects on his boots again.
Gosh.
You've
Oh.
he fell for it again. And it is now
Criminy.
running up to its room. Sort
Oh
of.
dear. Korvits is shouting curses, like light-hearted curses, up the stairs after it.
This is altogether unfair.
No, it's not. Fuck you.
No. Damn my boots. This is not fair.
It is so fair. Getting you back for all the shit that you've done.
What do you mean?
You know what you did.
I am a saint.
Bullshit.
Oh, I can't even lie like that. How bad, Gibbs? We were gonna go on a trip.
Yeah, it's just I gotta put this away first.
Fine, but I want to see it when we get there.
Maybe.
That's better than a no. Okay.
And it is absolutely going to try and hide it in its room. But it's Gibbs. It's not great at hiding things, especially not with that fucking
Well, I mean,
-4 dex.
yeah, well, that's completely fair. Having said that, Korvits' perception and investigation are some of his lowest stats.
You know what? Let's see how well it does. That's not actually. That's not bad.
No, that's not bad at all. I'm going to do investigation because he's looking for something in particular and because it's the lower modifier. And I am going to do it at disadvantage. Fuck you, Korvits! Oh my god, you really want to see where it is? Okay, the first time, it was a 19 on the dice. The second time, it was a natural 20. And it's like, oh my god!
Like,
fine!
either he's gonna see it or he's gonna see it. You don't have a choice.
Yeah, like, it is under the pillow, but it is 4 times the size of the pillow.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it tried. But he's not gonna not gonna go and try and snoop in there right now. Like you said, they made plans. They were gonna go and pull pranks all across Happiest Place because that sounds like a hell of a time.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them will be in the castle because they can do that.
Exactly. And they have a king person dude to menace the shit out of.
Absolutely. Like see how much of an inconvenience they can make themselves, which it's Korvits and Gibbs. It's a lot.
It is. Like, Gibbs is also just an asshole in general. So, like, it's going to do what assholes do. And it's a fox as well. And what do foxes do when they decide they're going to be an asshole? They make a mess of things. And Gibbs specifically.
Sure do.
Mm-hmm. And Gibbs specifically is going to absolutely tear to shreds every roll of toilet paper that this man has in his castle.
I think that they'll pull out all the stops for this because it's Korvits' special day. Why not? Go all ham, right? So like, destroy all the toilet paper. Maybe glue the lid of all the toilets down in the castle so that you can't pull them up.
Yeah.
Take all the stuffing out of the pillows on the guy's bed. Like, nothing that is going to cause him physical harm, but extreme amounts of distress. Especially if he plans on using the restroom. A lot of these seem to be restroom themed. Rip to that guy.
Rip to that guy, but no, you're gonna have to go to your neighbors.
Awkward.
um,
Oh my.
Gibbs is also going to be gluing the remaining toilet paper rolls that have not been chewed to bits by its accidental metal teeth puncturing into them.
Mm-hmm.
To like his bedding, like taking the cover off and then just meticulously gluing each roll to it. Why? Why not? Fuck it. Fuck this guy.
And I'm just gonna roll his d10. Hold on. That's fair's fair. Incredible! I love it. Okay, I was gonna say that he's periodically pulling out some cake to eat that because he's enjoying that. But guess who just fucking fumbled?
Hey!
3. Oh, okay. And that's his axe. He's standing in the fucking middle of, I don't know, the Giznep, one of the side bathrooms or whatever, and he's like, shit, where did voice mode go? He's all,
Oh, I know just the thing for right there. Hold on.
he pulls out this fucking great axe that's bigger than Gibbs.
I
This
mean,
is not exactly the tool for the job, but I'm sure I could figure something out.
I mean, you can just break the toilet. That'd be fucking hilarious. Just a geyser in one of
We
the
could-
bathrooms.
we could cause a flood. All right, let's do that. Let me flip it around this.
Okay, he's gonna hold it like a golf club.
All right, 4. Whoosh.
Oh dear, I'm going to roll him an attack, I guess. And where's the great axe? Oh shit. Okay. Alright. Cool. Fortunately, I don't think toilets have a very high AC somehow. But that's a 24 anyway.
Yeah, I think it shatters into such tiny bits that they couldn't possibly cause any harm. Maybe it even disintegrates into really expensive glitter. Who knows? We don't know what this toilet was made
Well-
out of.
Where's my D12? Oh. That was only a 1. So it's technically only a 4 on damage, but you know what? He hit it with a fucking huge flaming jack-o'-lantern great axe. I choose to ignore the numbers on the damage die.
He's allowed to have an exploded toilet as a treat. Out of context, that's not something that you would think would be a treat.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, that is definitely a lot. Look at all the water coming out of it. I did not think this through. Also, that was really loud. We should probably make haste, yeah? I think we've probably gotten most of the rooms in this building. So,
Yeah.
do you want to go get something to eat? We got time.
Sure. Can we stop by, like, his bedroom again? Because I have another funny thing that we can do.
Okay, sure. Let's make a detour. I think it was there. Let's go the quick way out the window. Let's go.
Okay. And,
he'll just scoop it up.
and, as they're doing that, it's reaching into its hammer space, so once again, it's, like, pretty much sinking half of its body into its hammer. and it pulls out a pair of bright ass neon yellow. On it, what would be thigh high stiletto boots. And
That's sure a statement there, Gibbs.
you're goddamn right it is. And I looked hella fine in this.
I believe it.
Um, and with that also like is this deep navy blue dress. I actually have a piece of art of that dress, an old photo of Gibbs, which probably also falls out with it so that he can see it.
Fair enough.
Give me just a moment. Because I have to dig through its files, and I have done so much art of my fox. No, not that one. Okay. Oh god, this is an old one. Well, that's perfect, because this is blah, 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 English. The exact photo that I was looking for.
Damn, son.
Mm-hmm. That is the old photo of Gibbs, and that is its hammer. Along with a ribbon that does not look familiar. It doesn't seem to have that anymore. But anyways,
Mm.
it's that
Wow.
outfit along with like a photo that looks like this.
Korvits will pick it up and look at it.
Wow. Gosh. Your fur's definitely changed color.
What?
Damn, look at those heels.
It's just gonna like throw the boots and the outfit just around. It may or may not be setting this guy up to make it look like he had an affair and a bad affair. Because why the fuck
See
not?
what you're doing? You're gonna get him in so much trouble. Oh, yes. Oh, that's my fox. So clever.
Listen, every asshole king has a scandal somewhere. We may not know this, guys, but who's to say that it didn't happen?
We make it happen. I don't know what shit is now.
The papers will know, though.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
He's going to offer Gibbs the photo back.
What? It looks confused because like it didn't know that there was a photo, and it's gonna look at that and hmm. Okay. So it does remember that.
You were right. You do look really good in that outfit. Your tail didn't seem as poofy back then. Is that like a how foxes age or something? Now you're older, you've got lots of poof.
Uh, no. It's that photo was well before I went to Halloween Town.
Oh. Well, this is a very aesthetically pleasing version of you, but I prefer the life-size version.
Yeah, this one is made of ice entirely, almost. And it just kind of shoves the photo back into its hammer.
Mm-hmm. I just realized that its hammer space is inside its hammer. It is literal.
Yeah.
Hell. This is
Yeah.
gonna take me so fucking long. Oh my god. Gosh, that's a lot of space in that hammer. Oh, fuck me.
Gee, I wonder why. It's almost like it's its hammer space.
God damn it. Oh dear. All right. I think after they've done that, Korvits will scoop Gibbs back up and head back out the window, and then probably find somewhere maybe a block or two away from the castle where they've got some cafes or restaurants or something for them to have a bite to eat before they can maybe do a lap listen out for any wailing and gnashing of teeth of what the fuck happened here kind of thing. Is there anything else that you'd like these two dickheads to do before they head home?
Nah. I think Gibbs is just gonna enjoy a good burger with its partner. With its boyfriend.
Lovely. These two Holigays are having a lovely time listening out for the wails of someone else having not a very nice time before they head home so that Korvits can unleash some children on Halloween Town. Lovely.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, my cheeks hurt from grinning. This has
Same.
been a delight. Thank you so much for doing this with me, Babble. I loved it.
Thank you so much for doing it with me, Whis. This was great.
They're
Oh man,
such assholes.
they are fucking assholes, and I love them.
Oh dear, dear.
Ugh.
All right. Well, I suppose we should sign off for the day.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for
See what mischief
listening.
we can get up to later.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye, guys.